Hey everybody, it's Karen again. I don't know about you, but I have sleepless nights sometimes. I usually fall asleep just fine, and then I wake up in the middle of the night and my head is spinning and I just can't make it stop. It's so frustrating. And that happens more often than I'd like, especially these days. But I know it may come with age as well. That's what everybody tells me. It's not uncommon. What I found myself doing is perseverating over all the things that I've got going on, and mostly at church, but also at home. I actually keep a list that's like my version of a whiteboard because I don't have a whiteboard here at home. So it's just like all the different areas of things that are going on at church, like the gathering opening task force and how we're working that and how we make it safe, and the Mind the Gap task force about how do we start to address the gap between our income and our budget, and that means setting priorities, and how do we find out what those are, and then the roof project and the problems we have with insurance and making sure that people are safe if they're in the sanctuary, and what's the timeline, and how are we going to raise that much money. And then trip leaving, and the service on the 5th, we've got to make sure this happens and this happens, and the gifts and the congregational meeting, and I get the Zoom link out, and then racism and Black Lives Matter and the big issues of our time, and how do we address that? Oh, and senior high ministry, where are we in that process of trying to figure out how to address that once Trip leaves, and the care teams, and how are they doing, and what's going on there, and I'm not even paying attention, and the pastoral care things, and this week there was so much pastoral care. Normally, it's been pretty quiet, and I don't know if people just haven't wanted to bother us and they think we're too busy, which I don't want people to think, but it's like, the needs that are there, and staff management, I really do need to be in touch with staff, and I've been neglecting everybody, and the tree project, and we're gonna meet again next week, and thank goodness Doris is on it, and she's really working hard, and we're gonna start that data management, and where is that, and what do they need from me, and what's this persona thing, and how do I manage that? And then I've got a wedding to plan, and the condo, and we're gonna move, and do I need to line up movers, and when's that gonna be, and are we gonna take the carpets out? So I'm just awake a lot at night. I found myself thinking in the middle of the night about Mary and Martha. You know this story. This is from Luke 10, verses 38 through 42. Now, as they went on their way, Jesus entered a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. She had a sister named Mary who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to what he was saying. But Martha was distracted by her many tasks. So she came to him and asked, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her to help me." But the Lord answered, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things. There is a need of only one thing. Mary's chosen the better part, which will not be taken from her." But you know what helped the most? It was a song that got stuck in my head. And it's a Taizé song. I don't know if you know what Taizé is, but that's another story. But it's a very special song. It's one you repeat over and over and over again, and you sing it usually with instruments. But it was the words. It was, "Come and fill our hearts with your peace. You alone, O Lord, are holy. Come and fill our hearts with your peace. Alleluia." And that song kept going through my head over and over and over again until I started to feel God's peace, and I could let it go, and I could feel confident again. Not that things are in control, but more like things are manageable, because I'm looking at the better part first. Instead of all the worrying and all the over-functioning and all the controlling that I am wont to do, I started out with God's peace, and it makes all the difference. So that's my learning for today. That's what helped me. I don't know if it'll help you, You have your own ways, I'm sure, and I really, really hope you're not up in the middle of the night like I am. But I do wish God's blessing on you, that you will continue to be well and stay safe and keep the faith. God bless.